Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm honestly extremely happy to be here with you. I always feel really spiritually connected as soon as I walk in this room. It is my sanctuary. It truly is. And I love those of you that have been following me and new, viewers coming in. And welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for the month of September, which is, I've been saying that now as I've been uploading, the videos, but it's still feeling kind of funky because it's September, I love September. I know there's some really good times and good energies that are coming through for September. And so I do want to say that I wanted to, and had decided last month, I was going to upload all of the featured signs, from Aries to Pisces, and have them out within the first day or so of the beginning of the month, right? And boy, I thought I was going to have most of them done, and I'm halfway there, and I hope it'll still happen, but the idea is I'm going to need to shorten my videos even more. It's just the reality. I'm working and I'm doing this stuff, and I just gab like now. So let's get to the heart of the matter for you. In my true fashion, I pick a featured sign for those that are new every single reading at the beginning of the month and the mid-months. And then what happens is Spirit is going to suggest and have me roll a dice for a complete, unexpected, unknown, highlighted connection for you. Now, these are definitely love connections because it's love of all forms, but does not mean you need to be romantically involved, though many people are that watch my channel. This particular highlighted connection can be certainly a person or that time when that particular sign or element is, featured, or it's an energy and other sign in your natal chart, because we're so much more than just our sun sign. And today's featured sign is beautiful sign of the earth quality, earth element of Virgo. So happy birthday if it is your birthday. I'm speaking and it's not coming out as clearly as I'd like, and I apologize. Because the Mercury retrograde isn't until the end of the month, but lo and behold, I pick up on the shadow way before. So granted, there are a lot of planets, the outer planets, that have been retrograde. So in a way, I've been kind of feeling Mercury retrograde-ish for a while, since a lot of the outer planets, which they do every year, have been, going into retrograde. And yes, Mercury retrograde is happening legitimately on the 27th of September. However, yeah, the 6th is when the shadowy period starts. It's not quite it's almost the end. It's the 30th today of August as I record these. And I'll tell you, it always affects my speech, more so than normal. So please bear with me. But yes, we are in Virgo season. Happy birthday, all Virgos. And your highlighted connection, dear Virgo, for this reading and the 4 major categories I like to pull is going to be Scorpio. Ooh, baby. Well, I can tell you in all honesty, with the many years that I've been doing personal readings and compatibility, guidance, the Virgo and Scorpio is notoriously together. It's kind of ridiculous in a way. I'm serious. It's uncanny because you're very different, but you also are extremely compatible and complementary to each other at the same time. It's just the differences are so they work so well together, and they help to build each other, and it just works. So here you are an earth sign, Virgo, and you are a mutable sign, which means you're adaptable. You're very capable of changing, which is, a little unusual for the average earth sign, but I'm not saying you necessarily do it quickly, but you're open to it, and more so than the Taurus or Capricorn. And also you're ruled with Mercury. So that's your ruling planet. You're an incredibly intelligent sign, and you just continually think in ways to help improve yourself, to grow, to expand your mind, your ideas, your commerce, work, business. You're very business oriented. You're very detail oriented, very organized. People love you for this. I know I do. And then Scorpio is the water element, which is just so intensely emotional and, reactive, because that's how they communicate, is through their feelings. They feel very strongly. And when it comes to out of the 3 water signs, Scorpio is the most intense because they're ruled by Pluto. Pluto is the transformation, planet. And that is what Scorpios do. They're continually transforming themselves and others in their path, for the highest good, right? That's how I always intend on making these readings. It's about the positive sides of our communication and our connections. And so both of you being very, very interested in and dedicated to what it is you put your mind to, okay? I mean, when a Scorpio makes up their mind, there's nothing to deter that, okay? And they like to be almost, I will say it, possessive in their relationships. They like to hold on, with these, they represent the scorpion, so they've got the claws, and they don't want to let go. There's a possessive aspect to that. And whereas, that is not in your nature, Virgo, you're one to stay and work things through the long haul. You're okay with being out or being at home, and being together with your significant other. That works for you. You may be sociable in your job and, whatever it is you do, because there's a vast array of things you do, but it's always generally in the service field, trust me. And you're known as the Virgin sign that helps and authentically just wants to be of service to other people. It's just who you are. Dedicated and as is, the Scorpio. So I feel like between the two of you, it works really well to just maybe have a smaller group of close friends, stay in more often than not. Not that I would say perhaps Scorpio might even want that even more, but that can be changeable too. Scorpios need time to kind of regenerate their energies because they tend to expel them when they're feeling so much, and they are clairvoyant a lot of times and psychic, and they have the great depth. That's how they live, that through their feelings. So I don't know, you both can just be very, very accommodating and have a really good time, and like I said, if it is, regardless of whether it's a friendship or romance or whatever, it can be extremely long-term. But that's all I'm going to say about that, because I have so many videos you can always look up and see if you want the characteristics of the signs. I want to get to the reading though, okay, and see what Spirit has to say about this highlighted connection. And once again, Virgo, it could be with Scorpio. If you don't know one and you're not aware of what's happening, we have a new moon happening in your sign, Virgo, on the 6th of September. So perhaps some new news will come in, or a new person if you are single and looking. And that Scorpio might be just the ticket. We also have the full moon in Pisces, which is extremely compatible with other water signs and with earth signs such as yourself. It is a healing moon. It is a moon that represents and recognizes the ability to heal all aspects of our life, certainly relationships. So may I just say, as far as the love connection readings this month of September, with the Libra aspect being predominant energy, there's going to be a lot of romantic and relationship issues and things that are going to be feeling really good or ending because they needed to, which can also be really good when you really think about it. Although it may hurt at first, it's the right thing. So, but definitely the orientation of September, with many other aspects, is that of relationship. So I like it for my particular readings. But your overall energy reading for the first category for the two of you and all of your relationships is, I got to make sure I can see what I'm doing. What do we have here? Okay, starting the month, 5 of Swords. Yes, okay, this is the air element. This is Libra, this is Aquarius, and this is Gemini. We actually had the moon. This is August 30th. I'm recording these. The moon has been in Gemini. Gemini is your fellow air sign. Libra is your fellow air sign. So for a lot of, you might have air in your chart, Virgo, and you might understand very clearly the objective of conversation and, using the mind as the air signs do. I think you connect very well with that, in fact. And there's been some, I would say, disagreements, perhaps, maybe controversial conversations, not unlike a Virgo or a Libra, to debate and, see both sides, but not necessarily make it be all an out war. Just, I don't agree, this is how I feel, and being very strong about that, very matter of fact and to the point. A lot of air elements are known for being The air element is known for being kind of detached when it comes to their emotions, but straightforward, fair-minded, you know, wanting to be as truthful as possible and authentic with what's being said, cutting out all the, you know, riffraff. And my gosh, the past year and a half has had me spinning with information that I need to cut off myself. And I think it's always a good idea to just take things in doses. This is what I'm seeing for that. You're putting down the swords. There's got 2 on the ground there and a skull, in fact. And the rest are in your hand for the time you need them, you know, when you, if you will, for ammunition of how you're able to speak and defend yourself or whatever the case may be. Finding out the truth, though, is essential. I like this. Who doesn't, right? Clarity is there. Prior to the Mercury retrograde that's happening in Libra on the 27th of September. Shadow period before that. Already really actually feeling it. But something to think about. Just don't think too much. 5 is a changing number, and this is a 5-year, and there's a lot of changes, a lot of dynamic, you know, energy that's coming through. It's compulsive at times. It's erratic, you know, but it's all handleable. It's only a portion of the energy and the messages. So as we move on, the second category is that of possible blessings or obstacles. And for you, you have the 2 of swords. You've got a lot of air coming out, Virgo, and I feel like you're connected to that, as I said, definitely because of Mercury having just been in your sign for the last few weeks. It just entered Libra. And Libra's a sign after you. So you kind of connect with Libra anyway. You probably have a lot of Libra associates or friends and maybe a relationship. However, 2 of Swords is a crossroads of sorts. It can be with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck depicted as, you know, there's blindfolds and you're having to make a decision, bottom line, you know. Maybe 2 opportunities, 2 conversations about new possibilities, you know, entrepreneurial endeavors, you know, another aspect of work. Go figure, right, Virgo? Some of the hardest working people I know. But for you, it's not work, it's enjoyment, and that's the difference. It's just necessary to balance it, nevertheless, for your overall well-being and taking vacations when you need to, which I hope you're doing, like I said, and that's happening, and you're allowing that, and you're in your garden, and you're, you know, just in touch with nature as much as possible, certainly during the changing of the seasons that occur, you know, this month in September as well, which is a beautiful time. So yeah, just you notice with the 2 swords, when you take one away, there's the 1, and it's the choice, the decision, you know, just coming to that decision. And there is like a new moon, as I said in the last reading. It looks more almost fuller than a new moon. So I would say between the new moon, that's in your sign, with a lot of intention and a lot of possibilities for you, Virgo, and the full moon in Pisces, which is connected to this Scorpion, watery, fluid kind of Pisces, also being a mutable sign like you. There's all sorts of possibilities, you know, and at that point, I think you will have made your decision because you will have allowed yourself to stop and just kind of go with the flow and let the messages and the calmness come over you. So that would be a blessing if you were to do that. If you're feeling an obstacle, it's only because you're just not sure. But it will happen in time, promise. And the third category is that of finances, you know, also an energy, right? Everything's energy. Everything is energy. And so let's see what it has to say, because I'll tell you the sign of Taurus is known, besides being ruled by Venus, as the money sign. So they have this incredible, uncanny way of amassing wealth in a lifetime, you know. I know many Tauruses that are in the field of finances and CPAs and, you know, people that can really teach you how to best invest your time and money. And that's a beautiful thing to have. I like having people like that in my you know, my tribe, if you will, circle of friends. I can always use that help and that advice, good investments and such. So for you, your beautiful message, and by the way, I'm using the wonderful Star Spinner Tarot for the first half of September. It's one of my favorite decks. You have the 3 of Swords. I'm telling you what, there's a lot of air energy that's affecting you. You're really taking it in. A certain percentage of you, yeah, you definitely have, I want to say you have a lot of air because you're just really taking it in and you're very receptive to it. But the 3 of Swords is actually good in some respects. as much as it doesn't look like it, because it's something that's already happened. So there was definitely a disappointment. Look, it's pretty clear with the depiction, right? 3 swords. 3 is the number of expansion and growth, okay? So maybe this is happening and then it was shut down. Maybe because of COVID. God only knows. There's so many variables that have happened for all of us. But it was in the past. It's happened. It's a wound that's happened. I feel like you're still feeling it, but I think you are definitely ready to move on and upward from that. There could have been a loss in your finances. Absolutely. And I always do say that finances are not just money for a lot of people. I know it isn't for me. It's definitely the wealth I have in my relationships, first and foremost, and in my health. Maybe the health is first, because if I'm the healthiest I can be, I can have even better relationships. So it's one of my most important focuses for my life. And so, yeah, there was something that was, you know, there was a loss, there was a definite disappointment, a hurt. And if it has to do with, if it doesn't have to do with finances, it could have to do with your physicality, because the swords do represent that. And they could have to do with higher finance, you know, institutes like banks or hospitals or doctors. And maybe you've gone through a surgery and you're still kind of healing. And under the finances, it was a cost you didn't necessarily expect and you're still paying for. But you'll get through it. I mean, that's the thing you have to remember about life. Everything is cycles and phases, right? And at first it seems overwhelming. And then, like you being the wonderful organizer and planner and budgeter and all that other stuff, you do that spreadsheet and you go, okay, I'm going to devote this much every month or what have you to my bill. And then it eventually goes away. As an older person, I've had a lot of those times. And that's the good news. So something passed, something you're maybe still healing from, and I hope you're doing well. It's already happened, like I said. It's not something you have to concern yourself with happening. Although, I mean, I'm sure some of you may have situations where you may not feel 100%. Just take time to find that balance, as I said, with this Libra influence. That's a huge part of it. Balance and justice for yourself and everyone involved. The final category I like a lot, I added recently, is surprises and wishes. Or wishes and surprises. An obvious son of a gun. Okay. The 6 of coins. So, this is so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. It's very, very nice in the sense that, first of all, it's your element, Virgo, for heaven's sakes. And it's a 6, and that in numerology represents like the 6th house, which is about balance and, you know, taking care and being well, the health, your day-to-day activities, you know, your family, your work, and also, and health, absolutely a part of it. Which is clearly indicated is, if not in your well-being, in your physicality, your finances. It could definitely be healing in your finances, because that's what the coins represent as well. And the 6s, what I really love is, as far as balance, it's about the reciprocation, like when you've given, and I know you do, I know you far too well, and too many of you Virgos, where you will make sure and give, and you will, you know, invest, and you will help others to the best of your ability. And now it's a time when that harvest, as we would in, you know, recognize in fall, it's coming back too. There's a great reciprocation and fairness and justice in what you're receiving, the value of what you do, you know, the value of your time, and it's being recognized, and it feels beautiful. It feels abundant. It feels fruitful, because you've got these beautiful strawberries or raspberries. You're looking and you're thinking, my, I'm so grateful, because I wasn't sure how that was going to happen or who that was going to happen from, you know, whether it was just strictly going to be me or, but no, this is so clearly saying that help is helping you in ways you may not know yet. Once again, the new moon can bring in some incredible, unexpected treats. I mean, I know stimulus is being talked about, and why not? It's come before. We have to wait. You know, the element of Earth is about being more patient, absolutely. You know, and it may take a little longer, but it will stay, and it'll be, you know, a more permanent kind of gift or, money perhaps on a more regular basis. Like if you were to invest and you made the right investment, the returns you get will be well worth it in the long run. So I love seeing that, especially after the Three of Swords, because, that's a part of life. But like life, whatever goes up comes down, and whenever it's down, it goes up. And that's what I'm seeing here. So you have a lot in summary, a lot of swords, a lot of thoughts in your minds. You have conversations that you are rethinking about, but you're knowing that, okay, so I've learned, I know what I would rather withhold from saying, or staying away from people that don't make you comfortable in conversations. That's the biggest takeaway I can give you from this reading. And then the Two of Swords is something that's coming up, or a crossroad, an idea, opportunities, more than one. Making that decision, you will make the right one. I know this, believe that. Three of Swords under the finances, something had been affected, you lost something in some way, or, perhaps you put money because you had hurt yourself, you had surgeries and you're healing, and it's coming along. It might be a little slower than you thought, and the money will come through because there's money coming through as a surprise and wishes for you. So there you go, and happy birthday, because I'll tell you, during birthday seasons, our solar return, many magical, wonderful things do happen to people. I hear it all the time, myself included. So I love that for you. And I'm going to finish with the two oracles I love, because I change up the oracles too. And I pulled this one, and it is the Motivation Manifesto deck. And it is by Brendan Burchard. And apparently, and I didn't know, because I don't know a lot of stuff, but he is a well-known trainer and life coach, teacher on YouTube, and has done many things. But I was just going through a catalog of cards one time a year ago, and I was like, that sounds cool, because I love being motivated. Motivation motivates me, right? And so every card is really cool because it has a sentence or a phrase or just a couple of sentences that are there to uplift us and remind us of how incredible we really are, and to focus on that. Even in the hardest of times, right? It honestly changes our energy instantly. So your beautiful message from the Motivation Manifesto for first part of September. Life's greatest victories are won on the fields of love. Thank you, because I know materialism matters to so many of us. We're in a material world. I know we need money to do this, that, and the other. But without the love and the passion and, the connections, I don't think it matters at all. You can disagree. Comment and let me know, or like and subscribe and share and connect with me if you like what you're hearing here, because there's more. I got lots more. And I appreciate it when you do. I really do. It keeps the channel going, but that's love, okay? Love is really, truly and you will have love because you are getting reciprocation in help, and maybe this Two of Swords is a second person that wants to, couple of opportunities for romance, if that's something that you're interested in now. That's not to be excluded. But life's greatest victories are won on the fields of love, okay? Not from war. And the last final category is the Super Attractor Manifestation deck, which is simply about, manifesting the lives we want, because we manifest every moment of our life. We need to really focus and be very, very mindful. And one of the main ingredients for manifesting is the emotion that comes through that, okay? That's the final straw, if you will, or the final seed, or the final ingredient for manifesting. So let's see what it has to say for you. And know that you can manifest incredible things, and probably already have. Maybe the vacation you're on or going on. I would certainly hope so, because, yeah, you deserve that. So your message for the first half of the month is: directing my focus onto what's thriving creates more of what I want. And that sounds very much like you as well, because you do like to thrive. And thriving is an emotion, right? And it's a positive emotion, and it keeps us going and uplifted, and creating more, because that's your call. That's what we do have control over. I don't remember getting this card in so long. This is special. And it's got beautiful flowers, and once again, the abundance that goes really well with this reciprocation of life and people and money and circumstances there for you. That's right. You deserve it all. So thank you so much again for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed this and you do resonate. And come on back for your mid-month reading because I'll be here for you, okay? Thanks. Until then, bye for now.